Zambia Law Development Commission, Public Engagement and Plans for the Future. In 1996, the Zambia Law Development Commission, Zldc, was converted from a department in the Ministry of Justice to a semi-autonomous statutory body established under the Zambia Law Development Commission Act, Chapter 32 of the Laws of Zambia. The decision to convert it from a department to a statutory body was necessitated by the need to have an independent body with a full mandate to carry out comprehensive law reform in the country. The primate mandate of Zldc, therefore, is to carry out law review and reform through systematic research. The law reforms that Zldc undertakes are aimed at removing old laws that are no longer relevant to the Zambian society from the laws of Zambia, incorporating the social and political values of the Zambian people into existing and new legislation, and proposing new laws that should be introduced, as well as new methods of administering and dispensing justice. The Zldc is duty-bound to undertake law reviews on recommendations or requests from the Minister of Justice, from line ministries, statutory bodies, and indeed from any member of the public. The Commission comprises 13 members appointed by the Minister of Justice in accordance with the Zldc Act for a renewable term of 3 years. The day-to-day operations of the Commission are undertaken by a secretariat with an establishment of 35 to 37 members of staff. The current Commission chairperson, Madam Justice Roy Dakaoma, was appointed in 2015. Her commission comprises Mr. Andrew Mwanakulanga as vice chairperson and Mr. Lazarus Chota, Mr. Shilambwe Mwanga, Mr. Andrew Nkunika, Mr. Patrick Samwimbila, and Mr. Francis Chilunga as members respectively. Mrs. Hope Ndlovuchanda serves as Director and Commission Secretary. Since its establishment, the Commission has undertaken law review projects in a number of key national development areas such as elections, democracy and participation, justice reforms, social inclusion, gender balance, economic empowerment, and public engagement and information dissemination.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has received a report on the operationalization of voting rights for persons in lawful custody and the proposed draft legislation for the Zambia Law.
And the Zambia Law Development Commission, working with other cooperating partners, have made some recommendations in the report that allows political parties to have access to distribute paper materials to prisoners, among other things.
The draft electoral process bill and the electoral process campaign in prisons and correctional facilities, the Zambia Law Development Commission and the Technical Committee have made provisions for, inter alia, the repeal and replacement of Section 9 of the Electoral Process Act, the repeal of Section 47 of the Electoral Process Act, which was declared null and void by the Constitutional Court in the Godfrey Malemeka case, the registration and voting by persons in prisons or correctional centers, the prohibition of physical campaigns in prisons or correctional centers, but we have proposed to allow candidates of political parties to distribute paper-based campaign materials and electronically recorded messages at platforms for information dissemination.
The key interventions in these thematic areas have been as follows: elections, democracy, and participation. The Commission conducted legislative audits and national consultations on, inter alia, the development of the Political Parties Bill, Public Order Amendment Bill, and the operationalization of voting by persons in lawful custody, under which process the Commission developed the Electoral Process Amendment Bill, the Electoral Process Campaign in Prisons and Correctional Centers Regulations, and the Electoral Commission of Zambia Amendment Bill. Justice reforms. The Commission successfully developed the Anti-Torture Bill, Non-Governmental Organizations Bill, Anti-Terrorism and Non-Proliferation Amendment Bill, Zambia Correctional Services Bill, and is currently reviewing the Penal Code Act and the Criminal Procedure Code Act. Social inclusion. The Commission facilitated the establishment of fast-track courts and the restatement of customary laws in Zambia. Further, the Commission reviewed the Witchcraft Act, and developed the Children's Code Bill and Anti-Human Trafficking Bill and the Interstate Succession Bill. Gender balance. The Commission reviewed the Matrimonial Causes Act 1973 and consequently developed a bill which was later enacted law as the Matrimonial Causes Act No. 20 of 2007. Further, the Commission reviewed the Marriage Act and subsequently developed the Marriages Bill. In addition, the Commission reviewed the Anti-Gender-Based Violence Act and conducted works on customary land tenure and economic empowerment. In this area, the Commission conducted nationwide consultations on the Rural Electrification Amendment Bill. In addition, the Commission developed the National Youth Development Council Amendment Bill, the Sports Council of Zambia Amendment Bill, the Customary Land Tenure Bill. Further, the Commission worked on the local court systems in Zambia to improve access to justice at local court level. The long-term impact of projects and activities conducted by the Commission has been the enhanced participation of the public on matters of governance and the creation of a conducive environment within which constitutionalism thrives. Among other outcomes, laws have been harmonized while archaic provisions have been removed from statute books. In addition, there is improved access to and dispensation of justice. This has also resulted in the creation of an inclusive environment in which disadvantaged groups of society, such as women and the rural poor, have equitable access to justice and national resources. Eventually, the thematic areas have contributed positively towards the attainment of goals set under national developmental plans, such as the 6th National Development Plan, 7th National Development Plan, and the Vision 2030. Public engagement in the law reform process. The successes the Commission has scored so far cannot be attributed to the Commission's efforts and ingenuity only, but were achieved through partnerships cultivated over the years with government ministries and statutory bodies, civil society organizations, and cooperating partners such as the German Technical Cooperation, United Nations Development Programme, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, the European Union, the International Organization of Migration, United Nations Children's Fund, and Save the Children. The partnerships have increased collaboration, knowledge, expertise, and resources available to make better pieces of legislation and to reach and engage a larger number of stakeholders. In an effort to enhance these collaborative efforts, the impact and the visibility of the Commission, the German Technical Cooperation (GIZ) in 2019 funded a project titled Zldc Public and Civil Society Engagement in the Law Reform Process. The project was aimed at promoting increased participation, understanding, and engagement in the law reform process by government ministries, statutory bodies, civil society organizations, the media, and the general public. Under the Public Engagement Project, the Commission undertook stakeholders, consultative and information dissemination meetings with Office of the Vice President, Cabinet Liaison Officers, CSOs, and the media. The objectives of the meetings were to discuss proposed areas of law reform and ongoing law reform processes in Zambia, provide a platform for civil society and the media to recommend and advocate for proposed areas of law reform, and to develop and create synergies for future collaborations, and to recommend interventions and avenues on how government ministries and departments, the civil society, and the media can collaborate with the Zldc in disseminating information on law reform processes in the country. Under this project, the Commission also successfully redesigned its website to make it more interactive, informative, and to create social media links such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. published a special edition newsletter, implemented capacity building activities for its staff to improve its service delivery in law reform processes, and procured equipment such as laptops, high-resolution camera, and information storage devices. The 2021 to 2026 ZLDC Strategic Plan. In order to build these successes, the Commission resolved to develop a strategic plan to better guide and give direction and focus to its work. With technical support from Management Development Division of Cabinet Office, the Commission developed its 2021 to 2026 Strategic Plan. The plan is aimed at ensuring that the Commission puts in place an effective framework for stimulating stakeholder interest, support, and participation in the execution of programs. The plan will be guided by its new vision, which is to be a dynamic institution for responsive laws to the needs of the nation, and the mission statement, which is to recommend revision and reform of the law for enhanced laws. Since its establishment, the Commission has grappled with a number of challenges which have included inadequate funds resulting in inability to fully implement its mandate, inadequate harmonization and coordination among stakeholders in law review processes, inadequate transport and equipment, and inadequate number of qualified staff. Therefore, building from its past successes and learning from the challenges that were faced, the key focus areas of the Commission's 2021 to 2026 strategic plan will be improving law reviews by continuously engaging Ministry of Justice on the review and implementation of the structure as well as on adequate funding of the Commission. Improve stakeholder partnership by engaging cooperating partners and other stakeholders for support to implement the strategic plan and development of the systems. Improve financial management. This will be achieved by developing and implementing resource mobilization mechanisms. Improve operational systems through setting up of an ICT unit to spearhead automation and integration of systems, as well as expedite development of management policies to guide leadership and management in decision-making, ensure consistency and legitimate practices. Improve human resource and work culture by engaging training institutions for tailor-made capacity building programs. The future of ZLDC. With the 2021 to 2026 strategic plan, the Commission will continue to provide principled, progressive new laws and be a catalyst of change while responding to the ever-changing needs of the public we serve. The ZLDC is committed to ensuring that the public, government ministries and departments, media and civil society organizations are engaged in the law reform processes.